So if you haven't already got the drift, we're talking about love today. The love that lives within. So Marcus Aurelius says, when you rise in the morning, think what a privilege it is to be alive, to think, to enjoy, to love. So we are beautiful, complicated spiritual beings, and we are totally alive. And I'm doing this because I keep getting this divine urge. We are like artichokes. I like butter better, but mayonnaise is good. This one obviously is not. Anyway, some of us are thorny. I don't know. Some of us, well, all of us have multi-layers. Some of us have the choke inside too tight around our voices, too tight around our hearts. And you need to get past the choke to get to the heart. So that's why we're like artichokes. And artichokes actually were created by Zeus, the god Zeus. One day he was on his way to visit his brother Poseidon. So, he's walking by the beach and he sees this beautiful girl. This is not the good part of the story. And that other kind of love kind of came through. So he picks the girl up, takes her home to Olympus with him. And she's there for a little while, and then she gets homesick. She misses her loved ones, her beloveds, the people that she cares about and loves deeply. So she runs away. She leaves. She goes back to where her heart is. And Zeus finds out that she's missing. And he's not too pleased. So he takes her qualities, which are the beauty, the strength that she is and was, and decided to create the artichoke. So that's why we have artichokes. Because Zeus got upset because someone followed her heart and went back to her family. So that's why the lessons is to follow your heart. And don't let yourself be choked off. Don't bottle up your love. Your love is a precious gift. It's a precious gift to you. It's a precious gift to others. There was a woman who was in a hospital with her friend, and she was tending her friend's wounds and lovingly. And someone passed by, and that person remarked that, "I wouldn't do that for $1 million. And the other woman said, the one who was cleaning the wounds said, "Neither would I." Some of you may be able to think of times when that was true for you. A beloved family member, somebody, and it was beyond, So what would you do that you wouldn't do for pay? That's a deep question to dwell on. What would you do? What do you do for love? Mother Teresa tells us that love has no meaning if it's not shared. Love has to be put into action. How do we share our love? How do we show our love? I mean, we've got family, we've got friends, beloveds surround us all the time. We have beloved pets. People Stretch is a new family member. I have Missy and Zoe, my beloved cats. There are dogs in this congregation too, I understand. People come tell me about their cats because I have cats, I suppose. But the thing is those beings are love that bounce around in our houses. They are divine presence. They are love in furry forms. And the other thing is they pet, we pet them, we feed them. I think they love me even though I feed them. I don't think it's just the food. Sometimes on it. Anyway, but the other thing is food is a big thing. We love it because we need it. It's part of our life. And gathering in family dinners where, Thanksgiving is not that far away. Oh my God. But anyway, so it's like we gather together to celebrate life and nourish ourselves, mind, body, and soul together. So we're giving and sharing the love. And then we have love for our beloved planet. I love this area. Walking in the trees, the colors, the deer. Oh, it's just, all of us have things we love to do and love. Traveling, culture, music. The music opens hearts like nothing else. I have friends who are obsessed by the musical Hamilton. I want to see it too, but I don't know that I would fly to Chicago. They were like, oh, we're going to Chicago. Okay, that's great. I'm glad you love it that much. They're obsessed. But anyway, so the thing is whatever you love, go full out. Release that choke. Get rid of that choke on you. And the other thing is, how do you show your love? How do you show your love to beloveds, that are friends and family that are in your life? Several of you probably were at the retreat, gosh, it's several years ago now, that Rev Madalyn led, and we talked about the 5 love languages. And people have all of them, and I'll tell you what they are in a minute, but they have something that really is close to their heart. That's the predominant one. That's so one of them is physical touch. And that's why I love it to come here and get hugs. I'm a touchy person. And sometimes, God knows, with all the media going on, that's a problem. But it's a loving way, gently, the intention is love and not a power thing. So that's a powerful way some people understand that you're expressing love to them. Another one is receiving gifts. Getting presents isn't bad, but sometimes it's like, I don't need more stuff. I'd rather you just give me a hug. Not that I won't want more stuff, honey. But I'm very selective. Then another one is quality time. And that's why it's important to schedule quality time sometimes, especially we're so busy. That's why Gary and I, we scheduled quality time. We went to British Columbia to celebrate our 20th wedding anniversary. So we would be away from everything that was familiar, and just with each other. It was awesome. And then the other one is acts of service. And I'm going to tell Gary, you're just in the line today. Yesterday we were driving in my car. My car's making funny noises, and those warning lights go on. Well, it turned out it was the air pressure in one of the tires, but I didn't know that. So Gary bailed me out. That's an act of service. Gary loves to do acts of service. That's one of the ways he shows me that he loves me. And then one of the ways he likes to hear about it is words of affirmation, gratitude, appreciation. I love you. Saying those words. Some people never hear those words. You need to say it to some people. They won't get it if you just hug them. They won't get it if you change the tire on their car. They need to hear you say it, because different people receive it in different ways. And you receive it in a certain way too. And if you can figure that out, you can share that with your beloveds so that they know what to do. Make it easier on them. I always make it easier for people to love me if I can. No, I'm serious. I'm trying to make myself easy to love. Now, is it always true? Absolutely not. But I set it up as much as I possibly can. So Elizabeth Barrett Browning tells us that love doesn't make the world go round. Love is what makes the ride worthwhile. That's why we're doing it. Yeah. There's so many things. Oh, gosh. So Ernest Holmes tells us that hate begets hate, and strife produces strife. Love alone overcomes and justifies all the eternity of her dominion. So love is God, love is us, love is what it's about. And when we've tapped down our love or withheld it, which is even worse, it's like a boomerang. It's our hearts that are withering. It's our joy, our happiness, our spirits that are compressed and not showing up. You can't control how it's received, but you can certainly burst forth in love and feel fabulous. It's just so amazing. I called my college roommate, who lives in Santa Rosa, and I knew pretty much that her house was gone. And her reaction was gratitude and thanksgiving and so grateful because all her family was fine. It clarified and crystallized what was important to her. It wasn't the house and all the stuff where they'd raise their children and all. They'd been there a long time. It's like what she was just so happy that they were healthy, everybody was okay, and they can get more stuff. And there's so many people right now. I was driving over here. Puerto Rico still doesn't have power. It's like, oh my God, 6-8 weeks. Because they had a hurricane before the other hurricane. So it's just, what you truly love becomes crystal clear in moments like that. There's a story. Once upon a time, there were two friends that they grew up together. They played, they learned, they studied, they got married, and one of them moved away to another country. And so Samuel moved away to another country. And Jacob decided that he would visit him. But unfortunately, as sometimes happens in this world, Jacob lived in a place where, I'm going to screw up the names. Never mind the names. Okay. So one of them lived in a place where there was war. There was distrust. But the other friend said, I'm going to go see my friend. This is more important to me. So he went to the town and to look for his friend's house. And he couldn't find it yet. And as he was wandering around, he was arrested as a spy. And the military thought he was trying to steal secrets. So he was thrown into jail. And there was a king in this kingdom who presided over the trials and everything. And this man was sentenced to hang. And he was bereft. He was pleading and begging to go see his family, his wife and children one last time. Give me a week to go see my family, my beloveds. And the king laughed. Yeah, right. You're going to come back? I don't think so. But then his friend stepped forward and said, wait, I will take his place. I will go to jail so that he can go say goodbye to his family. So that's exactly what the king said. Okay, that's all right with me. I got somebody. So he let the other guy go. And a week passed by. And then it was time. So they led the man to the gallows. And he's standing on the platform. And the king is right there ready to give the signal. And all the people are out there watching. And the noose is put around his neck. And then all of a sudden there's a cry, "Wait, wait!" And his friend is running up, having returned from seeing his family, his wife and his children. And he runs up the scaffold and says, "I'm here, I'm here, I'm here." And they change places. And then the king says, "Okay, I pardon you, and I want to be your friends. If you guys will do that for each other, I want to be your friend." The love, the commitment, the trust. That's what we're about. That's why we're here. Because there's no fear in that. Because you trust the love, you just know. And you're drawn by love. So there's no fear when you're truly in that state and you're giving that love. Howard Thurman says, "Don't ask what the world needs. Ask what makes you come alive and go for it." Because the world needs people who have come alive. The world needs people who are love. That's what the world needs. It doesn't need someone who's afraid to show their emotions, their caring, their compassion. There's a song, it was written by Jai Josephs. I'm not sure I'm pronouncing that right. But the first time I heard it, I'm going, "Oh my God, that's kind of a egotistical song or whatever." But I'm going to recite the verses because I can't sing that well. "I love myself the way I am. There's nothing I need to change. I'll always be the perfect me. There's nothing to rearrange. I'm beautiful and capable of being the best me I can. And I love myself just the way I am. I love you the way you are. There's nothing you need to do. When I feel the love inside, it's easy to love you. Behind your fears, your rage, your tears, I see a shining star, and I love you just the way you are. I love the world the way it is, because I can clearly see that all the things I judge are done by people just like me. So till the birth of peace on earth that only love can bring, I'll help it grow by loving everything. I love myself the way I am, and I still want to grow. But change outside can only come when deep inside I know I'm beautiful and capable of being the best me I can, and I love myself just the way I am. Some of you have sung that song here, and it's available on YouTube. Yeah. I couldn't help singing it in my mind, but it was too scary to sing out loud. Anyway. Some of you also know about the loving kindness meditation. And there's a woman named Sharon Salzberg who does retreats around loving kindness. And she does them in places like Oakland, California. And one of the exercises that she does is she has people practice the loving kindness meditation, and she uses may you be happy, may you be peaceful. And some of you also know the Karen Drucker version, which we sing here, is may you be filled with loving kindness, may you be well, may you be peaceful and at ease, and may you be happy. Also available on YouTube. So Sharon sends people out to do this practice in public. So she sent out this woman, and she picked a gentleman who had gotten off the train because they were right by the Amtrak station. And he was in a suit and tie and very nervous and shaking, And this woman's, sending him loving kindness, may you be happy, may you be peaceful. And then she starts getting nervous, and she's going, I'm doing it all wrong. I can't do this. This is not right. I'm not feeling it. I don't have this warm, loving feeling towards this man. It's like it's not happening for me. I'm doing it all wrong. It's too distant, all that kind of stuff. And then she gets herself centered again, and she goes, okay, I can do this. And then she starts going, but he looks so nervous. He's rigid, and so she starts judging him. And so she's disparaging him, and she's going, wait a second. So I should be doing this, continuing to repeat the phrases and aligning her energy. And her goal, her thing was to be a force for love in the world. That's what she was about. And she's going, and I'm failing miserably. This is terrible. This is awful. I can't do this. Well, the next thing you know, the gentleman walks over to her. And he goes, I don't usually do this kind of stuff, but you seem kind-hearted, and I'm going through a really hard time. Would you pray for me? Would you pray for me? So even when you don't think you're doing it right, that love gets across. It's more powerful than our little doubts and our little fears. That love is just all expansive. It's everywhere, all the time. Don't doubt yourself. Don't doubt yourself. Someday, after mastering the winds, the waves, the tides, and gravity, we shall harness for God the energies of love. And then, for a second time in history of the world, man will have discovered fire. Pierre Teilhard de Chardin. It is so powerful. One last quote before our affirmation. With wisdom, let your mind full of love pervade 1/4 of the world. Let's close our eyes and imagine this. With wisdom, let your mind full of love pervade 1/4 of the world. And so to the second quarter, and the third quarter, and the fourth quarter. Fill the whole wide world, above, below, around. Pervade the world with loving thought. Feel free from any ill will. It's love abounding, sublime and beyond measure. We have filled the world. We've certainly filled this room. So let's do our affirmation. We'll say it 3 times together. Love is my true essence, and it shines from within, surrounding all. Love is my true essence, and it shines from within, surrounding all. Love is my true essence, and it shines from within, surrounding all. And so it is. Thank you.